Hi everyone and welcome to this fantastic collection of small but very useful ocean critters from No Untameables and the Sunken World editions. So today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently because there are a lot of small creatures to cover and I am going to spawn them in, but I'm still going to try and tame them legit and therefore show you all their utility. We're going to cover lots of small creatures but each with their own unique uses that I think was worth, compiling this video and showing everything off for today. We'll be taking it in turns between No Untameables and the Sunken World since both have their own collections of creatures that are worth checking out. Although, first thing I'm going to do actually is to show you a creature that is not related to either two mods at all, because it is a standalone that I think would fit in perfectly with this. And that is Ziphius's Dickinsonia. This is, I think, like a little sea sponge. And first of all, isn't that just glorious? It's wonderful. If I go ahead then and kill this little guy, which has a rare chance to spawn around like Eurypterids and Ammonites, I actually have a surprising amount of HP for a 150. Hold on. Die? Wait. God, they really do have a lot of HP, don't they? Please, I thought it was being faster. There we go. So once you kill one of them, you get a ton of polymer. This is a form of getting polymer, but it does not quite end there. Right, I've just spawned in a much lower level one. If I kill this guy, but avoid harvesting him, hold on. Did I just kill? Yeah, there goes dead. Right, so if I, no. Don't you dare. If I harvest it with a sword, what's going to happen is I'll get all that polymer. I'll get about half as much as I did with the Lepidotes, but I get Dickinsonia slices. This does scale based on your harvesting rates. So if you've got really high harvesting rates, you get more Dickinsonia slices. And these are essentially eggs, if you will. So this is how the Dickinsonia reproduces. Is that, or you can breed them as well, is that you kill them, you harvest them with a sword, you get their slices, and their slices will incubate into brand new Dickinsonia. And as a result of that, this is an incredible organic polymer farm. You can get so much polymer from this. So with the Dickinsonia showed off, let's go ahead and check out the Lepidotes from the Sunken World. So again, we'll go ahead and spawn these as wild ones and check it out afterwards. So, let me just quickly, these ones require superior kibble, which might get nerfed because superior kibble is quite a large amount for a fish. And, okay, for a level 100, about 9.5% per superior kibble. Yeah, that is quite demanding actually. But model-wise, we get a good, oh my god, get a good look at the model. I gotta say, it's really nice having just more fish into the game, more ambient creatures, because the ocean has always felt very, I was going to say stagnant, not really quite, well, it is stagnant, but very underutilized, just not really a lot going on there. The passive feeding on that was actually quite fast. Hold on, if I just keep on talking, try get a bit of a showing of how small that eating interval was. Yeah, there you go, got another one there. Okay, so this actually is a relatively fast passive tame. High level, default taming rates for single player. And there we have our tamed Lepidotes, or Lepidotes, I'm not sure how you pronounce this one. So, first of all, let's just get you a little closer to the shore. So one thing that's cool about the Lepidotes from the Sunken World editions is that these guys can be killed and harvested and you will receive sea scales. And sea scales are required for certain recipes in the Sunken World editions, such as the sea scale armor. Now, in addition to this, these guys, like the Dickinsonia, can be bred and you could just have a sea scale farm via that method, but they should also be able to produce scales in their inventory in their own time. Hold on, do they have saddles? No, okay. Ignore the... Oh, for goodness sake! Okay, well that's quite funny. Well, it wouldn't be one of my videos on a bit of chaos, would it? There's always something that has to go wrong. But I like that as Vector Spinus during the water creatures video. There we go. Wow, you messed up my Mashunga. Poor Lapis. Anyway, so the Lepidotes will produce sea scales in its inventory over time. So we'll go ahead then and just let that one sit there for a bit. We'll just have it follow me for a while. And it shouldn't require wandering. I don't believe any of the creatures in this list that produce resources require wandering, but we'll have to check just in case later. So for our next creature, which is from No Untameables, we'll be checking out the Ammonite. This requires regular kibble to pass a tame, and I'm going to be a little bit careful about this one because the Ammonite, even just being near it, is going to cause things to aggro to me. But, oh. Okay, that was a low level. So it passitated to regular kibble. It did not, in fact, cause things to aggro. I think it's whenever you feed it, it'll cause things to aggro. Let's just... It's a very low level. It's a random spawn. Let's just try that again quickly. Level 100. Oh, wow. Oh, did that just cause something? It did have an animation. Okay, I don't think things have aggro. You appear to be fleeing, actually. That's temperature salmon's fleeing. Right, so something happened, but basically it is an ammonite. Being near it will cause it to... Oh, yeah, there you go, piranha. Well, that's just a regular piranha. Anyway, either way. Ah, turtle! Oh god, okay, yeah, it definitely worked. It did not have the debuff. Okay, I expected a debuff to occur, just like when you kill an ammonite. So do be wary of that, but otherwise, as you can see... Oh, did I just wait? What's happening? My tamed ammonite's doing things. Okay, so that is a bit more of a preview as to what to expect when you do indeed interact with a wild, no untameables ammonite. Out of curiosity, since all that chaos, can I feed it again? Yes, I can. There you go then. You can ride them. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. It's got a very, very low weight, but you can, in fact, ride them. That's amazing. The no untameables ammonite does, as you can imagine, produce ammonite bile in its inventory. In that moment of chaos, did our first one produce any yet? Not yet, so it probably takes a while. Oh, they have freaky sounds. Oh, that is ominous. What makes these guys really cool in particular is that, so you know how wild ammonites, when you attack them, it kind of angers everything nearby? Tamed ammonites will soothe nearby creatures or kind of basically gives a camo effect to your nearby tames, and as a result, wild creatures will not attack your nearby tames when in proximity to an ammonite. So a bit of an AoE soothing / camouflaging build. And this can be particularly useful for taming some of the other creatures coming up in this list, which is why I wanted to get this one out of the way nice and early. Oh, and in the meanwhile, our Lepidotes has produced 4 sea scales, so no wandering required. If anything, it's on follow, and it's still managed to produce some sea scales. For our next creature, we have the Diadema from the Sunken Mod editions, also known as the sea urchin. So, these guys, can I attack you with an ammonite? I mean, you know, it's worth finding out, right? Can you even hit things? No, you can't. Okay, makes sense. So, did it move? Oh, does it actually move? That's kind of freaky. The sea urchin, as you can imagine, when you deal damage to it, it does thorns attack back, like a Kentrosaurus. Let's go ahead then and kill this guy. We'll kill our first one, just give a bit of a demonstration. And it is a 150, so this is quite a tanky bugger, actually. Oh, there you go. And dead. Oh, hold on. Missed it. Let's go ahead and harvest it. There we go then. So, these guys can be harvested to give you spikes, and spikes are a substitute for the harpoon launcher. It would help if I actually took it from my Leedsicithys inventory. There we go then, urchin spikes. They are a substitute for the harpoon launcher, which I have to say is a really, really nice touch. Now, in regards to taming these guys, these require kelp. And kelp is something that, using the stone knife or the diving knife from the Sunken Mod editions, if you harvest seaweed using the knives, it'll produce kelp instead. We'll get seagrass, oh there you go, and the actual kelp itself, and that is thus required to passitame the sea urchin. Oh wow, that's a 150 and tamed in one singular kelp, which is quite nice because, as you may have just seen there, kelp is not the most common resource from seagrass or seaweed. But yep, all it took was just a one bit of kelp then to fully tame. So these guys, you can pick them up. Oh my god, you can wait, hold on. I think it's because I'm too close to the water there. Wait. Okay, I'm going to assume that something's not working quite as intended. Maybe you're not supposed to pick them up, but I love the concept. I want to see what that becomes. But the sea urchin is another creature, just like the Lepidotes and the Dickinsonia, where you can breed these and produce young and kill the young or kill the breeding stock for more spikes. They can also produce spikes in their own inventories, so that is now your free supply of harpoon launcher ammo. And understandably, while you can set them to follow and while it will rotate towards you, they cannot in fact move. So next up we have Cnidaria, the jellyfish. from No Untameables, and I'm going to put everything on passive because these guys, they are jellyfish, and as a result of that, they do tend to want to attack you back when you're even remotely near them. And it's actually kind of fast as well. Let me just get out of the way quickly. So normally, if you have an Ammonite nearby, Ammonites, again, soothe the area around you, and it will make passive taming aggressive creatures like the jellyfish much easier. The jellyfish requires simple kibble, and I think you can actually do it while they're like aggroed. Let's go find out then, because it was just recently in combat. Oh, it's attacking my own creatures, thank you for that. But there you go. This was another low level, so that was a very fast tame, but even the high level ones also take a lot of progress per kibble anyway. These are carnivorous. In fact, I think a lot of these creatures have carnivorous diets now that I think about it. And these guys, as you can imagine, produce biotoxin in their inventory, as well as being another creature you can, you know, breed, kill, farm biotoxin, but they produce it passively as well. And it is in fact emitting light. Color region 3 is their light source, if you will. So if I was to quickly cheat set target dino color 3 to, I don't know, 5? Yeah, there you go. Now we have a bright cyan jellyfish. Now we have a red one. Now we have, oh, a blue one. You can really see the ambient light as well. So that is something you can really utilize for your base building or your aquatic pens, especially as once aberration comes around, you can indeed tame these using fishing baskets. Or you can also use cryopods and Dino Depot to transport them, but otherwise you have all the options. Our next creature on our list from the Sunken world is Bothriolepis. Oh, there we go. Oh, you are a cool looking one. Oh, Ammonites making scary sounds. And these guys require simple kibble. Another quick and easy tame, level 100, one singular bit of kibble there. So, Bothriolepis, that is a really cool looking creature. I think it's a placoderm, this one. So, this one produces clay over time. Bit of a random choice. I really, really like it though, because as I mentioned in another previous video, clay is bloody annoying, and I'm very glad that you can actually, you know, these guys can actually produce it just over time. In addition to clay, they can also be killed for chitin and small amounts of black pearls. So again, another potential harvesting related farm. Okay, so next up is something that might go horribly, horribly wrong, and that is the Eurypterid from No Untameables. So, yep, is already aggroed. My Ammonite. What? Please, soothe it. If I just go near you? Or you can attack my boss. Okay, fine, you can do that then. So, these guys are another passive tame, and you are just being a bully, aren't you? Wow. Oh, it's also a random spawn, and it's 140, 130, I think I saw it say. Oh, just go ahead and tank it. Oh, and I've been knocked out. So that's a bit of a teaser for, you know, what use these guys may have as a tamed creature is that insane amount of torpor. No, my jellyfish, my biotoxin producer. Yes, like I said earlier, will it be one of my videos about something going horribly wrong? And there we go, you've been passive tamed. Fun fact, Ammonite, do not take torpor. Now I know. So, now that the Eurypterid is done taming, as you may have predicted, amazing torpor. Also, so it does have the rage effect. Interesting. Okay, either way, yes, I'm riding it, by the way. As you can very well see, I am in fact riding the Eurypterid. So, there's a couple of different things to talk about for this guy. Very low damage dealt, very high torpor. So these guys are very viable to actually knock things out. I think it only really works in, I mean, you can take them on land, actually. Let's just find out. Can we, like, I've got a bloody duck on me. Can I crawl while riding on land, or is it like the Diplocolus? That is the big question here. Yes, you can. Thank you. Yes, you can, in fact, ride these on land. So theoretically, my Lepidotes go. What? Oh, Hesperornis. Right, they do bonus damage to fish. Okay, that was interesting. Well, anyway. That really took some mental gymnastics for a second then. Ah! Oh god, Dimorphodon! can I attack you? Can I just give you, can I torpor you? Hold on, let's try. So what's clearly happened is that the Ammonite, being an Ammonite, actually used the, you know, that really angry debuff on the wild Eurypterid while I was taming it, while I was still technically wild. So that's actually really interesting. It caused other creatures, somewhere as a sleeping Dimorphodon, to attack the Eurypterid while I was wild. That's actually a really, really cool bit of, you know, the way that works. But as I was trying to demonstrate, these guys can be used for knocking things out. Definitely more effective in the water, but you could do it on land as well. And again, because there's such low damage dealt, look at that torpor rise. I've hit it 4 times, I think. I'm just going to sit back and just let it beat me up while the torpor continues rising. Oh, there you go. So that was in 4 hits. It did about 440 torpor. That is impressive. So imagine a whole bunch of these guys then. And let's just quickly, now that we're in the water. Wow, that was rude. Oh, haha, but now you're in my territory. And now you are sleeping in the water. You're sleeping with the fishes. That was really lame. Anyway, I was wrong. They're much faster in the water. It's because I was in a really shallow area, so it technically wasn't, like, working correctly. Screw you, Trike. So regarding the whole riding capability, they can only be ridden if they are of a size of 1.0 times or higher. We got lucky and happened to get a 1.3 times one, so it's big enough to be ridden. Smaller ones you can't ride, but they still have the same utility of being just amazing for dealing torpor. Now then, for our last creature from the Sunken World editions, we have the Materpiscis. I may have pronounced many of these wrong actually, but the Materpiscis. We'll grab ourselves another random spawn. So, level 85, it's quite a bit bigger than everything else, isn't it? You're a much bigger creature. I kind of love its face. I know some people might think the face is derpy. I kind of adore it. I also can't tell if it's just got a fast wandering or if it was fleeing or attacking. Are you trying to attack me? No, you're just wandering. You're just a quick wanderer. Hello there. Right then, so as you can see, passive using simple kibble and actually requires a fair bit. You're level 85 and you're going to require 2 bites. And hey, while we're waiting around, the Ammonites have both produced some bile. Let's go check out our Diadema, the sea urchin. You have also produced some urchin roe. Oh, I forgot about that. And 13 spikes in the meanwhile. I completely forgot. Coming back to the sea urchin, so it's got a very low chance or very slow, you know, rate to produce urchin roe. Eat it to gain a tiny amount of nourishment or cook it with kelp to make a meal. When using this in the cooking pot, you may craft Unigunken, which again I might be saying incorrectly. And Unigunken is it's like an experience buff meal, like the Broth of Enlightenment, I think. And it'll give you 10% extra experience gains on both you and your tames, whichever consumes it, of course. So that is a nice experience consumable buff. Our Materpiscis is now done taming. Can I ride this? I can, in fact. Oh, wow. Kind of just grabbing onto it there, aren't we? So the Materspiscis is an interesting one. I can't really demonstrate it, but what I can tell you is that this has the role of both the Oviraptor and the Maywing. So both male and female, so just the species in general, can silently snatch eggs just like the Oviraptor. In this case, sea creature eggs. I know there currently isn't really any at the moment. I believe that is just a thing to be, you know, seen once the Sunken World map comes out, but for the time being, yes, this will be able to steal sea creature eggs, and also, like the Maywing, it can look after babies, and again, that is for both the male and the female as well. So, for our final creature, I've just moved everything over here for the time being. I will not be able to show you the taming, but I definitely can describe it. Our next one is, we'll do a Gean summon, the leedsichthys from No Untameables, and I should probably quickly get a saddle, 1 second. Okay, yes, the leedsichthys from No Untameables. These are, as you can imagine, tameable. Now, the reason I spawned one in is because when you find wild leedsichthys in the oceans, which by the way can spawn at any level, not just one, whenever they're just out and about, they have a chance to generate an egg in their mouths, both male and females. Now, this does not occur when they spawn. It can happen to any existing wild leedsichthys, and You just have to go look at their mouths and see that it's carrying an egg inside it. This is why I can't really show you one, because I'm in single player. I highly doubt there's any, you know, leads nearby with an egg currently available as of this moment of recording. So I've had to show you. But these guys, so, you know, the fact that, oh, that's an interesting UI. With the fact that it is in fact a leeds, they are fast. I am just walking, I'm not sprinting or swimming, you know what I mean. These guys are fast, they're tanky, they have a lot of health and damage, so just by default, they're a pretty effective sea creature, pretty effective tame in general. But what makes this one really quite special is that it can carry ocean creatures. There you go, right click. And I'm judging by the slots, I can carry all of this. I'm just trying to like get, oh yeah, there you go. You just got a bite, you right click bite. Hold on. Guessing it's got a bit of a cooldown. I should be able to pick up the Ammonite as well. I think just like a little hitbox moment here. But as you can see, I'm now currently carrying my materpiscis and my Leedsicithys, which also demonstrates mod compatibility, by the way. Neither of those mods or creatures are from the same mod. The leedsicithys is just compatible with all. So that is quite a big deal. This is ocean, you know, underwater ocean dino carrying, which I don't think you can do otherwise. I guess with a Tuso technically, but otherwise your only other options is to, you know, either swim or use a cryopod or down a depot or whatever. And this can also work on wild creatures. So, oh, shark. There you go. Oh, and it even shows what's tamed and what's not. That's really handy. So I have just slurped up that entire wild megalodon. Can I see it? No, okay, it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to see it. But yeah, so this is great for traversing or transferring wild creatures as well as tames. And you can all imagine just how useful that really is and just how many different scenarios that could be good for. Especially in conjunction with the other tames like the Ammonite with its AoE soothing ability, or the Eurypterid with the fact that it deals so much torpor, but both creatures are relatively slow-ish. Eurypterid's decently fast, but you know, compared to this will just help you move so much faster. You can carry Carbonemus for Tuso taming. You can also capture the parakeet fiscals for Megachelon taming as well. So if I wanted to eject them, I'm guessing C. Oh, there you go. And it does seem to have a cooldown. I believe. Wait. Oh, can't really stand over here. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. Because there's a bigger one. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Just right-click to slurp it up, and C to drop it off again. How awesome is that? That is so useful. Oh, and X hides the interface as well. So again, left-click melee, right-click slurp, C to deposit, to eject the creature, and then X to hide the UI. How cool is that? That is very, very clever. And that is this collection of ocean creatures, all the little critters for you guys today. Bit of a chaotic video, more chaotic than I really intended, but very, very loose, very fun, and I hope that you've learned a lot from it. And yeah, just some more of these creatures that you probably already have installed. I mean, the Sunken Mod and No Untameables are the same mods that provide, you know, Leedsicithys, Idestas, Titanium Queen, tameable deathworms, so you might already have these and now can make the most out of your mods even further. With both of these mods, by the way, having more to come. Neither are finished, all are getting more updates, more creatures to be added in the future. So yeah, that is awesome. Alright then, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this has been a good and useful video. Again, a little bit chaotic, but we got to see a lot today. And I'll see you all again next time. Cheers.